What is up, guys? So a more serious video today. I want to talk about what it's like living with anxiety and depression, especially after long-term addiction. And I'm talking about, because I had a bit of an anxiety attack the other day, and that's what's prompted me to do this video. And I'm talking about real anxiety and depression, not the one what people say to get out of going to the job centre, or people just say it these days. Oh, I've got anxiety and depression, and then you see them out living the best lives, communicating with people. And if you had actual anxiety and depression, you wouldn't be able to do that. It's life changing. It ruins your life because you can't do the things what you want to do because of it. So yeah, that's what we're going to talk about today. And depression as well, real depression, where it's like an invisible force pushing down on you, and you don't want to get out of bed, you don't want to go in the shower, you shut the curtains because you can't face seeing what's outside. 1 minute you're up here, next minute you're down here. What's the point? Why am I even here? And the loneliness and the embarrassment, the shame of being a long-term addict. It's all like mental health problem, and it's a struggle every single day. It can be exhausting, and me talking about this sort of stuff might help somebody who's also suffering, who can relate and take a little bit of comfort knowing that they're not alone. So, that's why I talk about these things. But anyway, before I start, I just want to say I've got a new laptop, so I'm going to start doing more reaction videos. It's a really good laptop as well, a fucking posh one, expensive one. It's a MacBook Air 2025, really good picture, really good sound. It's fucking amazing. And before you break your ankle, run into the comments, say, I can't afford one of them and I've got a job. Somebody bought me it, I didn't buy it. So it don't cost me a thing, but it's a really good piece of kit. So I'm going to start doing, I'm just looking at the dog. So I'm going to start doing reaction videos. And also fucking scruffy little Murphy. He's been banned from YouTube, and he's trying to say that I've strict his channel and got him banned. He's in all the comments of my videos, grass. So come on, mate. I've never struck a channel in my life. I don't know how to do it. I don't want to know how to do it. If you're having a back and forth with me, right, you make a video about me, I'm not bothered. I'll just make a video back. What'll be 10 times funnier, and I destroyed you in a back and forth anyway. But he can't handle it, he can't handle the banter, so he goes away, he'll do like 10 videos, tag me in about 10 videos, and he'll title them Dirty Little Smackhead, Dirty Little Smack Rat. So obviously fucking YouTube's probably stepped in and banned you. It's nothing to do with me. There's plenty of people out there done videos about me, fucking JDP, Junkie on a Bike, Rackpull, Stinking Sheriff, even Ricky Colleen, he's got millions of viewers. Even he did a video saying Stungun the wrong, and don't bother me, it's all fucking banter. So why would I strike your channel? Yours is as shit as one of them all. So what I would say is, if that's what you're saying, then put the evidence up, right? Put the email up, what you got for banning your channel, and I guarantee you it's nothing to do with me. So yeah, if you're saying that I have struck you, then prove it, because I know you can't. And stop going in the comments, fucking writing grass. I don't delete comments, but if you keep fucking doing it, I'm gonna have to delete you. He's a proper little stalker, he is. And imagine if this is what he's like online, just from a little bit of banter. Just imagine what he's like in real life. There's no wonder he's got restraining orders and fucking molestation orders against him. It's a fucking little weirdo, isn't it? But anyway, yeah, I've not struck your channel. It's nothing to do with me, so stop fucking writing grass and all that shite. He was doing it on Rackpull's videos as well, writing grass in his fucking comments. He's just a little pest. But anyway, yeah, moving on. So, anxiety and depression. Now, I had a little anxiety attack the other day. I don't know if, it's getting better, or I'm just getting better at dealing with it. Now, what happens when I have an anxiety attack? It was really bad at the start when I first got clean. I remember I was going past the fish and chip shop. Now, I like a good fish and chips. If it's a nice chippy, if it's clean, if it's good fish, good quality, then I'll have it like once a month, have a good old fish and chips. But if it's the cheap frozen stuff, I'd rather just not have it. So I like having a fish and chips. And I was going past this chip shop, and there was nobody in there. I thought, fucking hell, I'll just fly in there, get my stuff, and then I'll be gone before anybody even comes in. So I've gone in, I've paid the woman, and then she says, right, brought a fish out, dipped it in batter. She says, oh, it'll be about 5 minutes. I was like, no, fuck. No, I'm going to have to sit here now for 5 minutes. And I sat on the bench in the shop, and, you know, people started coming in. I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. And then loads of youth started coming in, like screaming and shouting. I could feel myself burning up, sweating, fucking... And I was just getting worse and worse, and I just jumped up and I just bolted. I've got to get out of here. You know, and I left it. I just didn't even get my stuff. And that's how bad it is when you've got real bad crippling anxiety. And there was another time when I was in the hairdressers, when I first got clean, because my hair was so long. I've got to put it off, and then I thought, I've got to go now. So I went in there and I sat down, and she was like... with the fucking thing, and I could feel it building up, and I could feel my face going red and sweaty, and it was just getting worse. You can feel your heartbeat. I was like, fucking hell. And I just jumped up and I said, oh, you know, pretended I was late for something. I said, is that the time? I've got to go. I didn't realise it was that time, and fucking, you know, with half an haircut, I just chipped. And that's what it's like. You know, it's awful living with it, and that's without the shame and the embarrassment of being a long-term addict. That's without all the shame of knowing all the people that I used to steal off, and, you know, being known as a smackhead in the area, selling bacon from house to house. And it can get you down, and that's when the depression kicks in. And you can start, like, feeling sorry for yourself. Like, what's the fucking point? Why am I even here? Because I want to go out, I want to live life, I want to react with people, I want to do podcasts, there's loads of things that I want to do, but I can't because of anxiety. You know, I get a phone call, if my phone starts ringing, I have a fucking heart attack, and it's like, whoa, who could that be? And then when I don't answer it, then the things start going, I'm like, whoa, well, maybe it's bad news, maybe it's someone said this, or something, and, you know, and then it'll just get even worse. And then another day, I'll be up bouncing, you know, I'll be like, yes, right, let's go. It's fucking all over the place. And that's what it's like living as an ex-addict with mental health problems. It's not good, but you've just got to keep going. You've got to remember that it's temporary. You can get through it. You've got to keep going through it, because if you give up and you take the easy way out, then that's a permanent solution to a temporary problem. Whereas if you just talk about it, maybe do a YouTube channel, it helps me immeasurably. You know, and it helps other people listening to somebody talk about their problems. You know, and if you do start a channel, just don't worry about what people say, because a lot of people won't reach any potential what they've got because they're too scared of failing. They're scared that if they do a video, people will laugh at them or people will talk about them. Fuck those people, mate. They don't know what you've been through. They don't know what it's like living inside your head. And if this is going to help you, then do it. That's what I say. Just go for it. Talk about your problems. Try and do a bit of exercise. I know it's easier said than done, because when you've got real depression, you don't want to do anything. You don't even want to go in a shower, let alone go for a run. But what I do is, I've got a fixed routine. Every morning I get up, I know what I'm going to be doing. You know, one of the little tips what I learned is get a sweatsuit, because if you go out for a run in the morning, right, and you've got a sweatsuit on, when you come back, you're soaking wet, you peel your sweatsuit off, you jump in a shower, and it just sets you up for the day. You know, get an electric bike, that's helped me immeasurably as well. It is good exercise, because you do have to pedal it. People say, oh, it's electric bike, you're not getting no exercise. But you've still got to pedal it to zoom you forward. And it gets you out and about as well. And you can meet people in the street, you can talk to people and try and overcome the anxiety bit by bit. But it is tough. I remember once I was sat with my dad outside of a shop, and he can't walk very well, so I think we was at a petrol station, and I've gone out, I've got the petrol for him, and I've gone into the shop to pay for it. And usually, because my dad's a well-known pigeon flyer around this area, so like if I go into a shop, it's like 9 times out of 10 I'll come out, he'll be talking to someone about pigeons, because, you know, he's well known and he's very successful at it. So there's always people talking to him about it. So I've gone in, I've come out, and there's somebody talking to my dad. I thought, oh, it's one of his pigeon mates talking about pigeons. So I've gone and sat in the car, and they're talking, and this guy says, oh, watch your videos on YouTube. And I was like, oh, nice one, mate, cheers. And then I kind of like got back to being on my phone, because I thought he was talking to my dad. I thought I'll leave him to talk about pigeon stuff, you know, left him to it. And then the guy's gone and we've drove off, and I says, oh, so is that one of your pigeon mates, like? He says, no. He says, I don't know who it was. He says he watches you on YouTube. And then I thought, oh no. So he's come over to say hello, you know, to say he watches me, have a little chat. And I just fucking blanked him because I thought he was my dad's mate and I was leaving him to it, you know. And then I felt terrible then. I felt fucking awful. And it was the same like me doing videos on YouTube. You don't comprehend that people are going to see you in the street and say, oh, right, we watch you on YouTube. I never even thought of that. So the first time it happened, I had a fucking meltdown. It's like your brain short circuits. You start sweating, you go bright red, and you can't think. Do you know what I mean? It's horrible. And then you get away, and then, you know, when you start getting back to normal, you fucking stop sweating, and then you start thinking, oh man, I bet they think I'm a right dickhead now. And then you start over, you know what I mean? It's fucking, it's hard, it really is, it is hard. And that's what it's like, living with real anxiety, real depression. It overtakes your life. And it's an awful feeling, but it can be manageable if you know how. A routine, it's so important. I always bang on about it, but if you've got a set routine, get some responsibility as well, even if it's a dog who's always fucking farting, by the way, even if it's a dog or pigeons or chickens, anything, some of what relies on you. So you have to get up in the morning and you have to go and sort it out and get into a routine, get yourself fit and healthy, and then you can look towards getting a job. That's going to be my next step when I get off these buprenorphine, what I'm on now. I'm on to the last little bit. You know, I've said it before, I've got I'm on 2 0.4 mils, which is less than 1 mil, but it's real hard coming off that last little bit. Just dropping down, you know, you're up all week, it messes you up, and it's a nightmare, but I've got to go through it. And then once I get through that, then I can look towards getting back into work, because before I relapsed, I was working 50, 60 hours a week, forklift driver. You know, I had the keys to the place. I used to lock up. It was a big responsibility, what I used to do. And then one morning I woke up fucking thinking about drugs, thinking about crack, and I couldn't get it out of my head. And I ended up fucking relapsing and lost everything. All the, you know, over 20 grand in the bank, just pissed it all up the wall. Smoking crack. I smoked that much crack. I was fucking hallucinating. I got sacked from work as all the respect what I'd built up, I'd lost it all again, you know, and I was fucking on the floor with nothing. And people don't really know, you know, they say, oh, I know what it's like to start from the bottom, but I know what it's like to lose everything, fucking everything, you know, even your liberty. I know what it's like to be homeless, sat in a prison cell, and you have to start from the bottom and work your way up and have people, gain people's trust again, and respect, because respect it's earned, you know, people don't just give you it. And I think I've got to a good point now because of this channel. See, it allows me on here to be who I am. Like, if you see me in the street, you might think, oh, he's a little bit standoffish, he's a little bit quiet. But, you know, it's because I don't know you. But if I know you, then this is who I am. And that's what this channel allows me to do. It allows me to be myself. And so, yeah, it helps me measurably. So if you struggle with anxiety, if you struggle with depression, start a channel, get yourself in a routine, and just try and do some exercise. I know it's easier said than done, but you've got to break through that barrier, you know, you've got to force yourself. There's times when I don't want to fucking go for a run, but I know what I've done is I've convinced myself that if I use drugs again, I'm dead, because I can't survive another relapse. There's no way I can survive going through that life one more time. It's a miracle I'm still alive now. And I take that into that same mindset into the exercise, right? Well, if I don't go for a run today, then that's it, I'm dead. Because then tomorrow I'll not go for a run. And then the next day I'll not. And then I'll go downhill and start spiraling. So, you know, you get yourself into routine, stick to that routine no matter what. Get yourself a little bit of responsibility, a dog, a cat. And yeah, and just take it from there and just know that there's other people struggling. It will pass if you keep going, but if you give up, you know, it'll never pass. But anyway, that's the video for today. And another thing is just never think that you're too far gone, because I spent such a long time convincing myself that I couldn't get clean because I was too far gone. I was an alcoholic, I was fucking massively overweight, I was on Valium, Xanax, P-Gavin, gabapentin, smoking crack every fucking day. You know, I thought, what can I do? I can't, I'm too far gone. But then, you know, I was too far gone until I wasn't. And when I tried to get clean, I managed it, I got through it. You know, I've lost all the weight, and here I am now. I'm only on one last little bit of drug. So if I had to give up, if I'd have succeeded in offing myself when I tried, then I wouldn't be here now, I wouldn't be doing this. So yeah, just keep going forward, keep moving, and you're never too far gone, because there's nobody any worse than I was. But anyway, if you like this video, press the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. Mange 2, YouTube, Mange 2.